Before there were kings, before even time had a name, there was fire. And from that fire came gods, not the kind that listen or love or even care. These gods, they ruled because they could, and they feared only one thing, each other. Let me tell you a story, a forgotten one, not written in books, not sung by bards. This is a tale pulled from the ashes of a world lost to silence. A long time ago, so far back that the stars themselves hadn't been born yet, there was a realm called Valtheron. It wasn't just a planet. It was something else, something between worlds. A place where reality bent under the will of its rulers, gods made from flame, shadow, storm, and thought. At the center of it all was Kalashan, the city of thrones. Imagine a massive black tower floating between dimensions wrapped in storms and time itself. That was the seat of power. That's where the 9 divines ruled. And trust me, they didn't rule kindly. They created empires like we build sandcastles. Then they burned them down just to feel something. They didn't just rule over mortals, they used them. And in the middle of this divine circus, there was one man, a soldier, a warrior, a killer. His name was Zevrak. Zevrak didn't start out special. He was just another blade swinging for survival in an endless war. But the gods, they noticed him. Specifically, one did. Razor, the god of war, a creature made of fire and bloodlust. He liked Zevrak's style, brutal, loyal, efficient. So Razor made him immortal, but not in the fairy tale way. Zevrak was turned into a weapon, a tool. He was given the gift of eternal life, tied to eternal obedience. He became their executioner, their enforcer, their silent storm. Whenever a kingdom stepped out of line, Zevrak brought it to its knees. When a rebellion whispered, Zevrak made sure it screamed. He did their dirty work, without question, for centuries. But here's the thing about being a weapon. One day you start to think, and when a weapon starts thinking, someone's gonna get cut. Zevrak started to see it. The gods were monsters in golden robes. They demanded blood from children. They burned cities to prove points. Mortals begged for mercy, and the gods laughed. And one day Zevrak just broke. He'd had enough. But he didn't shout. He didn't lead a rebellion. No. Zevrak did the unthinkable. He killed one of them. Her name was Irin, the goddess of truth and memory. She was the gentlest of the 9, the only one who ever looked at mortals with something close to mercy. Maybe that's why he chose her. Because if mercy was dead, then all of them had to go. With his blade, Noctriel, the blade of endings, Zevrak shattered her divine essence. One swing, one death. A goddess fell from the stars like a dying sun, and with her fall, and then everything changed. The gods called it the first sin. A mortal born had touched the eternal and bled it dry. For the first time in 1,000 cycles, the gods stood together. Fire, shadow, storm, mind. They gathered in the tower of Kalashan and passed a single sentence. Let Zevrak be unmade. Let his name be dust. Let his soul burn forever. But here's the kicker, they couldn't kill him. Because the moment Zevrak slew a god, he stopped being theirs. He was no longer just immortal. He was something else. Something in between. So, they did the next best thing. They exiled him. They threw Zevrak into a place called the Shroud, a realm outside of time, beyond space. A place where nothing lives but nothing can truly die. A prison made of stillness. The gods thought he'd vanish, but they were wrong. Because in the Shroud, Zevrak didn't fade. He evolved. The silence became his forge. The shadows became his blood. And vengeance? That became his purpose. In that darkness he created an army, not of flesh, but of memory, of echoes. Lost warriors, forgotten legends, given form again by Zevrak's will. He named them. He gave them purpose, and he made a promise: I will return, and the gods will fall, one by one. It's been 300 cycles since Zevrak vanished. The gods no longer whisper his name. Mortals pray again to skies that don't listen. But something stirs in the dust between stars. A blade long dormant begins to glow once more. And the sky is bleeding.